My name is Katrina Ames, and this is going to be the year where I stop letting people mispronounce my name. Nobody pronounced my first name correctly until I was 10 years old, and that was because of an unrelated situation. And before I was 10, I went by a lot of nicknames to make things easier for everyone else. Cat, Katie, Tree, Trina, Treens, and actually well into my adult life, people have used these nicknames for me despite me not actually liking any of those nicknames. Also, I'm sorry if this is how you're finding out that I don't like the nickname you gave me. It's not personal, but it's not my name either. Growing up, my mom always hated whenever anyone used a nickname for me. She always tried to get people to use my full name, and I never really understood why, because it was just so much easier to let people be wrong than to constantly have to use my energy to correct people, especially if it were people that I would not interact with again. I just thought it wasn't worth inconveniencing them to teach them my name. And truthfully, I didn't like the name Katrina very much when I was growing up either, so what did it matter? I used to ask my mom how she picked out the names for me and my siblings, and she has never actually answered that question when directly asked. And I gave up asking when I was in my mid-20s, and the answer to the question was her telling me that the name I have known her by my entire life wasn't actually the name she was given as a child living in Thailand. It never really clicked for me that not only do me and my siblings have European names, but my mom does as well. When she moved to the States, people mispronounced her name so often that when she became an adult, she just legally changed her name to what everyone was calling her anyways. The first time I heard that story, I remember pitying my mom. I remember thinking about how she has a dead name because other people killed it. But the truth is, I was also a little bit mad at my mom for giving up her name. I was a little bit angry that my mom gave up a part of herself and her culture to make it easier to fit in America. That all of my siblings have European names because she thought it would make things easier for us. And I'm a little bit mad at me, still, because even though my mom was trying to make my life easier for me, I still can't get people to say my name correctly. And honestly, I haven't tried very hard. It always felt pointless to correct people growing up because so many people would insist on saying my name wrong even after I corrected them. Even after I corrected them multiple times, even if they had known my family for years, they just couldn't get my name right. Anecdotally, the commitment to mispronouncing my name was a lot stronger if I was with my Asian mother when they met me or were interacting with me than if I was with my white dad and if I was introduced as being his kid. But that's other people's bullshit to work out, not mine. That is very much so an other people problem. A couple weeks ago, someone I have known for years projected their voice across a very full room to ask me how I pronounce my last name. And when I answered that my last name is Ames, the person they were talking to, who I have also known for multiple years, expressed their shock at how my name is actually pronounced very loudly. The people I was sitting with also expressed their surprise because some of them realized that they did not know how to say my name, which made me realize that a lot of the people that I care very deeply about do not know how to pronounce my name. And that made me feel shitty. Nobody was trying to make me feel bad in the moment. They were just trying to learn how to say my name years into our working relationship with each other because people were used to seeing my name in text or only calling me by my first name, that they had just never learned how to say my last name. They had never really heard it be pronounced because I kept our relationship on a first name basis. And I'm 29 now. I have ran for and won local office. I have my name pronounced by people who do not know how to pronounce it as a part of official government proceedings. And I have a job where, frankly, I'm killing it. And I'm just too old to let my colleagues, friends, and strangers to keep mispronouncing my name. It feels like a behavior I should have outgrown by now, but somehow just forgot to do. Especially when I work in Asian American organizing, and at my job, I would never let anyone mispronounce my coworkers' names without correcting them. I would never purposely mispronounce someone else's name or a community member's name, and I wouldn't let anyone else do that, certainly not on purpose. And if it were an accident, I feel like I would correct them because my coworkers and my friends and my community members are deserving of respect. And I am too. And I need to get used to the idea that I am too. I think I had it in my head that if I could just become important enough, powerful enough, then people would just learn how to pronounce my name correctly, but that's not true. There are people who are committed to mispronouncing the name of the vice president, and I plan to always be way less politically powerful than the vice president because holding any national office sounds real stressful. Plus, my personal politics is really more based around communities working together to look out for each other than elevating a single individual. I need to get used to the idea that I'm never going to be able to make myself important enough for people to just know how to say my name. I will never be able to control other people's behavior or knowledge. And the best I can do is to let them know better when they're wrong. So for now, my plan is to keep saying, my name is Katrina Ames, until at least the people in my life learn how to say it correctly.